Hi, welcome to Surviving Motherhood. So today I'd like to talk about prayer again because, well, that happens to be one of my favorite things. But I'm also in 2 Corinthians now in my read through the Bible. And, well, as God would have it, it's talking about prayer, and that just motivated me to talk with you about it. I'm going to read from 2 Corinthians chapter 1, starting in verse 8. This is Paul speaking. He says, "We do not want you to be uninformed, brothers, about the hardships we have suffered in the province of Asia. We were under great pressure, far beyond our ability to endure, so that we despaired even of life. Indeed, in our hearts we felt the sentence of death. But this happened that we might not rely on ourselves, but on God, who raises the dead. He has delivered us from such a deadly peril, and he will deliver us. On him we have set our hope that he will continue to deliver us as you help us by your prayers. Then many will give thanks on our behalf for the gracious favor granted us in answer to the prayers of many." There are several things that stand out to me in this passage about the goodness and the power of God, and about us going through hard times and how he uses the trials in our lives for good. But because over the past several weeks, God has really been moving in my heart about prayer, well, these words about prayer stood out to me today. That Paul says that God will help us, God will deliver us as you help us by your prayers. And that many will give thanks on their behalf for the gracious favor granted to them in the answer to the prayers of many. And I think it's a beautiful thing that Paul is so delighted that many people are praying for him. And I'm finding more and more delight in my own heart as I pray for other people. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you probably see on my status somewhat frequently that I'm praying for, and I list the people I pray for, because I don't understand why, but sometimes there's no friends pictures on my sidebar, but sometimes there are. So when there are, I look at them and I just go down the list and I pray for everybody. Sometimes I know specific things that they need, other times I don't. But I pray for them, trusting that God knows what they need. And it's been a beautiful, just a wonderful thing for me sometimes to get a response from somebody saying, "Hey, I had this need. Did you know about it?" No, I didn't know, but God knew. And other times people will give me specific needs. They'll send me a message, say, "Would you pray for this, and would you pray for this?" And I do. And it's such a wonderful thing to see God display his power in the answer to our prayers. No, he doesn't make everything smooth all the time. That isn't his will. He knows what he's doing. But when he gives us the opportunity to pray, when we know the need of another person and we bring that before him, he will bless us by showing us his power as we see him deliver. So I want to encourage you, wherever you are, if it's on Facebook, if it's just talking to a friend, be mindful of prayer. When you hear about a need, lift it up to the Father. Expect him to show his power and give him praise and glory when he does. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. I'm loving it. And I really want to encourage you today. Go to him about everything. Whenever you know of a need, yours or somebody else's, go to the Father. He will hear. He is gracious to answer. What a beautiful thing for us to offer many prayers to the one who can do something about it. Have a wonderful, Jesus-full, prayerful day.